This is what's left of Ali Abdullah's home in GILEIA, in Sudan's River Nile state. He says his farm used to extend from here to the banks of the Nile, nearly 2 kilometers away. Now the river is one with the farm, destroying what was his main source of income.
I used to live in this house with my kids and their families. That's all gone now. And the farm where I used to plant onions and nuts is all destroyed. I've lost nearly $20,000 because of the floods, but that's just from what I had ready for harvest this season. Now I can't farm for winter, and I don't know if I'll get any government assistance.
Ali says it's hard for him to know exactly how much financial damage the floods have done to his farm. He'll have to wait until the waters dry out completely to find out. His village of GILEIA is one of dozens on the banks of the Nile in River Nile state that was destroyed by floods. Countrywide, hundreds of villages were also destroyed because of the river rising to levels not seen in a century. At least 120 people have been killed, and more than 600,000 have been displaced. Most now are waiting for government response to cope with the situation after losing either most or all of their belongings.
We need the government to come and take care of the water that's in the houses, because the water is now mixed with sewage water from the latrines that collapsed. We need to avoid malaria, cholera and bilharzia, because we can't deal with diseases on top of losing our homes.
The damage in SHAGALWA village, nearly 5 kilometers away, has forced all of its 1,000 families out of their homes. Most had relied on farming and livestock for income, both devastated by the floods. A village which residents say was once vibrant, with schools, markets and farms, now look like this. Their homes either damaged or destroyed. Sudan's government, which has declared a state of emergency, says the Nile has receded in many parts of the country. It's distributed tents and food aid to help those affected in the state, but many say it's not enough. Even as the level of the Nile River drops to where it was prior to the floods, Sudan's government and aid organizations say the impact of the damage will continue for months, with agriculture, healthcare and economy all affected. And here in River Nile states, the residents say a slow response will make the effects last even longer. ALSHAFA asked to get on the boat with us to see what remains of her family home. She couldn't help but break down when she saw what she's lost.
This house is where I lived with my mother and father. It's the home where I got married and had my kids and where my grandkids were born. All those memories were in this house I've lost, but I thank God my children and grandchildren are alive and were away when the house collapsed. I'm now waiting to know government plans to help us recover and rebuild.
A recovery that may take months, if not years, in a country already facing an economic crisis and where more than 60% live in poverty. Many say they expect the economic situation to worsen in the coming weeks if no help is offered. Hiba, Aljazeera, River Nile State.